ready for start of game. We are on!
Okay, Cookie, we think we have the scorpion problem under control.
Finally! I can put my shoes back on. Oh my god!
Well, that's the thing. There was gluten in all of the donuts I brought in this morning.
We're set.
Has anyone seen Nate Shapiro? He hasn't come into the office in, like, 15 years.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. Okay, I want you two to shake hands. Harder. Harder. Everybody's got their screws. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, it's time.
Get ready, time for question 1.
Let's start with Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Players 1 and 2. Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
It's time for His Acting is Alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages? The McCona Industrial Age? The McCona Middle Ages? Or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Player 1, watch the time. Player 1, congratulations, not. Player 2, the Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Pucker up for brought to you by the letter U, Unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Player 2, watch the time. Player 1. The Count would be so disappointed. One right answer coming up. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. How about Duck, Duck, Swan? Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 2, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college. Unfortunately, Player 1, you're screwed. Here's a good one. The man in the backwards yellow hat. And it's a dis or dat. Player 1, you need the most help, so this dis or dat is just for you. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. Player 2, choose your answer before Player 1, and if Player 1 gets it wrong and you get it right, that cash is yours. Alrighty then, here it comes. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fight at the house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. You were a couple of bananas short of a bunch. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That brings a close to round 1. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And lest you forget, keep an eye out for the wrong answer to the game. It's still out there. It's time. Next up, Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Players 1 and 2. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Say hello to Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Player 2, clock's a tick. Player 2, I think you know it's coming. Player 1, you may not know how temperatures work. It was begging to be picked. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here's one I like to call Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
first spotted in 1879? Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Players 1 and 2? That answer has a hole in it. This would have worked. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Take a stab at wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Player 2, watch that. Player 1, honest mistake. Player 2, Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Coming up next, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Player 210's running out. Player 2. Player 1. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see two clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. But keep this in mind.
Remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. Player 2, you should be ashamed of yourself for taking such an obvious dive. Have you no dignity? And another thing.
You don't know Jack!
Hey, Jerry, doing a little yard work?
Oh yeah, just got some new garden gnomes.
New garden? Oh my, look at the size of that garden gnome's.
Oh, I see you noticed my gnome's giant package. I should have mentioned, these aren't regular garden.
Welcome to the game. I'm your host, Cookie, and I promise to pay attention this time. Alrighty, 2 players. Let me just write that down so I don't forget. 2 players. Okay, let's do this. This is round 1, and that means you get 500 points for fooling your opponent with your made-up answer, and you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. Select a category. Okay, here's your first question. It's time for a road trip. When on the Hawaiian island of Molokai, be sure to visit the Hula Hua post office where you're able to mail blank without using a package. Now use your device to type a lie that might fool your opponent into believing it. If you get stuck, for half the points you can use the help button and get a suggestion. Do it now. Okay, here are your choices. Find the truth and touch it on your device. All right, who picked what? And nobody fell for some of these ingenious lies. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Gloucestershire, England is home to the Cotswold Olympics, the highlight of which is the traditional blank kicking competition. Enter your lies now. All right, where's the truth? Okay, what did everyone pick? Well, don't you feel foolish? And nobody picked the other lies up there. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Budget hotel chain Travelodge reported that between 2006 and 2007, about 95% of sleepwalkers found in their hotels were blank men. Type in your lies now. Okay, which one's the truth? Okay, let's take a look. And the rest of the board goes unselected. Now it's round 2, where all point values are doubled. Let's do it. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. A Florida woman returned home one day in 2012 to discover that strangely her blank had been stolen while neighbors just watched it happen. Enter your lies now. Okay, here are your choices. Let's see what everybody selected. It was a brick driveway, and it was stolen brick by the most specific thieves in America. And that means... Select a category. Okay, here's the question. Johnny Depp was made an honorary member of the Comanche Nation and given a descriptive Comanche name. His Comanche name, Mawume, means blank. Type in your lies now. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. All right, let's see what everybody picked. And look what we have here. Which is short for man who shifts into white face makeup time after time. And that means this lie didn't get picked. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Psycho was the first American movie to show a blank. Enter your lies now. Hurry up, use a suggestion if you can't think of anything. All right, where's the truth? Let's see what everybody selected. And that's it. Nobody else's lies got picked. final fibbage. This is your final question, and it's worth triple. It's anybody's game. Okay, here is your final fibbage question. Brand name of the criminal dolls for children with names like Dickie the Dealer and Bonnie Ann Bribe. Type in your lies now. Okay, which one's the truth? All right, who picked what? And we're done.
Howdy, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. I hope that impresses you. Alright then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's begin! You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. All Google employees are required to take rollerblading lessons. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. The game Operation was recalled after electrocuting several small pets. In Japan, Bob the Builder has 5 fingers, so kids don't think the Yakuza cut one off. An airplane's black box is bright orange. The biggest drinking holiday in Ireland is the 4th of July. Salt plants have to be grown in caves because of the humidity. King Henry III had a pet polar bear that he allowed to fish in the Thames. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. are your next 7 fact categories. PETA's Goodwill Ambassador is a rescued circus chimp named Sergeant Banana Bottoms. George W. Bush owns a Red Lobster. Barack Obama is a 2-time Grammy winner. Turkeys can be born from unfertilized eggs. Tom Hanks is a nail polish color. A Picasso painting was the inspiration for Lego blocks. Craigslist is run by a guy named Jim. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is Goosebumps book titles. Which of these are real titles of scary teen horror Goosebumps books? Piano lessons can be murder. Say cheese and die again. The devil's text message. I'm grounded 6 feet under. Shop till you drop, dead. Headless zombies still want snacks. Spelling bee afraid. Spelling bee very afraid. Let's see the final scores.
Yeah.
Game activation is live. We are on.
Yeah, Cookie, I took a poll in the office, and we all thought that Gravity was worth seeing in the theater.
Okay, agree to disagree. I thought it was way better on my iPod Shuffle.
Can someone please mop up that melted bronze? Someone's gonna step
So
in
then
that.
she's like, don't give me the office birthday card if there's nowhere left to sign it. She's like, where am I supposed to sign it? On the back, next to the credits, like a dog?
And if we could refrain from any sort of offensive language on set, that would be great. Just, we don't want to single out any groups. So again, if everyone could just refrain from any offensive slurs or language. Thank you.
Whoa, dude! What the f*** are you eating, man?
Just some f***ing baby carrots, bro.
Whoa! But they look like big carrots, only way f***ing smaller.
That's just f***ing it. I don't have time to f***ing eat an adult f***ing carrot, but with baby carrots, I can pop one in and be on my way.
No f***ing way.
Baby carrots. They're so f***ing tiny.
Come on down to Barbecue Street all week for some great deals on food and fixins'. Mondays, it's 25% off Buffalo Blasted chicken wings. Tuesdays, it's 50%.
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now. It's funny, if I squint my eyes, it looks like I'm watching a presidential debate. Handle those screws carefully. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
Flavored Eye Drops. Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored Eye Drops.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. All right, here goes nothing.
Get ready, time for question. One.
First question, Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Erin Brockovich, Vivian Ward, Tess Ocean, or Liz Gilbert? Players 1 and 2. Want to see the right answer? Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her. I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it, she'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Take a stab at If I Only Had a Brain Trust. Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? Attack the Wicked Witch's character rather than the issues? Misrepresent the Wicked Witch's position on the issues? Prove the Wicked Witch wrong using statistical data? Or interrupt the Wicked Witch before she finishes her points? Time is short. Oh, you're screwed, player 1. You got 5 seconds. A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down. Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the two candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time. Player 2, I don't have good news.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here's a good one. Getting naughty. And this dis or dat leg's being tied up. Player 2, looks like you've got some catching up to do. This dis or dat is all yours. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot or the name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine. If it's a necktie knot, press the square button. If it's a sex position, press the circle button. Player 1, try to lock in your answer before player 2, because if player 2 gets it wrong but you get it right, you'll steal that cash. Okay, we're off. The Half Windsor. Victorian. The Prince Albert. The Trinity. The Caboose. You're way out of position. My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror. And now, shop till everyone drops. Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular Grimm fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hardworking elves? Foot Locker, Radio Shack, Victoria's Secret, or LensCrafters? Player 1, that was quality. Player 2, I think you know it's coming. I so wanted you to pick this one. In the Grimm fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. Here we have Okia Dokia. If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? IKEA to Kia, Kia to Nokia, Nokia to IKEA, or IKEA, Nokia, and Kia headquarters are exactly the same distance apart. Player 2, watch that clock. Player 1. Nokia, no Kia. Why didn't you pick this? Nokia is based in Finland, and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive! Round 1 is complete. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And remember, you got those screws sitting there. I didn't hand them out for my health. Why not try? Muscle milk was a bad choice. Say the news team from the Anchorman films decides to run a relay race against a rival news team. If Ron Burgundy is his team's anchor, when will he run? Before Brick, Brian, and Champ? After Brick and Brian, but before Champ? Before Brian and Champ, but after Brick? Or after Brick, Brian, and Champ? Player 210's running out. Players 1 and 2? In a relay race, the anchor, usually the fastest runner, goes last. And they would probably promote the race so incessantly that by the time it actually took place, you wouldn't be that interested in seeing it anymore.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
This one's known as Guess Who's Dak? Dak again. You know, I'm not an optimist, but I have to say, I feel like things have been going pretty well with the game so far.
Son, Daddy forgot about me.
Oh no, my old ventriloquist puppet, Billy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, the whole creative team here decided to not include you in this game because you're too much of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker? Me? No, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teachings of titular world spiritual leaders. For instance, which titular religious group was founded by someone with the last name of Smith? Protestants, Episcopalians, Presbyterians, or Nornuns?
Players 1 and 2? The Mormon religion was founded in the 1800s by Joseph Smith.
In America.
So, which was your favorite religion you studied?
Well, I particularly like the ones that preached about reincarnation. Someday, I hope to come back as a beautiful coffee table.
Follow me down to the sea.
Open wide for Orcas 11. Say I wanted to go around freeing the killer whales from every SeaWorld location in the world. How many separate rescue missions would I need to go on? 3 rescue missions, 4 rescue missions, 5 rescue missions, or 6 rescue missions? Player 1. Did you pick this on purpose? Player 2. There are 3 SeaWorlds, one in San Diego, one in San Antonio, and one in Orlando. So you would need to go on 3 separate rescue missions. Well, that sounds like a lot of traveling. Maybe I'll just pay that kid from Free Willy to do it. Something tells me he could use the cash. And on its way, Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
The name of Jeff Dunham's purple-skinned puppet. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Players 1 and 2, his name is Peanut. I have to admit, people who talk through ventriloquist puppets kind of creep me out.
That you talk through me.
Quiet, Billy. Stop trying to get me to kill people.
Whoa, now you're creeping me out, man.
This one's called The Midnight Run to the Bathroom. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, how would Paul Revere secretly signal to you that he has to pee in the sea? I have to do a number 1 in a 1. I have to do a number 1 in a 2. I have to do a number 1 in a 3. Or, I have to do a number 2 in a 1. Time's almost up. Players 1 and 2? Any last words? Too late. It's so obvious. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, Paul Revere's Ride, Paul's signal for the British was 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And as we all know, a number 1 is a P. And Americans would have known about the British sooner if he hadn't stopped for a number 4. You don't even want to know what that is. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And of course,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. This plus this equals that. What new thing do these combine to make? Good luck. takes it. Player 1, you put player 2 in their place. Now let me put you in your place.
You don't know Jack!
Hello, I'm Phil Incadsty. Are you like me or hundreds of others across the country that suffer from a debilitating fear of microphones? You don't have to go it alone. Come to the basement of St. Olaf's Church this Thursday at 5:30 for a support group unlike any other. Microphonophobes United, stand together! Because facing your fears is a must. Must. Which stands for Microphonophobes United, stand together! Get me out of here!
Don't say pajamas is the new game.